Hey, welcome in. My name is Coach Hapa from the DJCoach.com. Today we are talking about smoothing out the mix using our Hercules DJ Control Impulse 200 MK2 controller with our Juiced software. Are you ready? Let's jump in. All right, we've actually got two parts here. We've got the EQ, and then we also have filter. Let's start with the EQ. Um, the EQ is controlling the frequencies, and we've actually got three different knobs inside of our Juice software per channel in which we can control either the low, the mid, and the high. Now, you'll have this on other audio equipment as well. Sometimes the high is referred to as treble, sometimes the low is referred to as bass, and mid is usually mid. Now, on the actual controller itself, we have only the low and the high in terms of buttons. So I've got a high and a low. The mid can still be controlled though by my mouse inside of the software. Keep in mind that all of the functions that are on the controller are actually controlling something that's happening in the software. But high and low can be controlled here on the actual controller. So let's give it a shot. So as this song is playing, I'm going to take out the high, which is not as detectable here in this part of the song. In fact, let me jump to a different part of the song. Take out the low now. You can definitely hear it. Now, why would you need this? Well, number one, we're going to use this to be able to maybe create some tension. Like you'll notice even as I took the low out and then I brought the low in, you felt it. Right? So as a DJ, I can do that. I can create some anticipation by doing that. Another reason why I might want this is to be able to really smooth out the mix as I'm playing two songs together. So if I'm playing two songs together, I've actually got double of everything. I've got double the highs, the mids, and the lows. So when I'm mixing, I might want to swap some of that stuff out. Here's a quick analogy. If I were to have two sandwiches and I've got, I don't know, a chicken sandwich and I've got a cheeseburger on this side, I might have a different type of bun for each of them. So instead, I'm taking maybe the low part of this one or the bottom bun of the chicken sandwich. And then I'm taking, I don't know, the lettuce. I like the way that the lettuce is better on the cheeseburger. So I'll put the lettuce in here. And then I'll take, so instead of just stacking two sandwiches on top of each other, I'm going to try to pick and choose so I don't have double of everything. Does that make sense? All right, so now let's jump in and let me show you this in the mix. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and start mixing. In this case, I'm going to take the low out first. Now I'm going to swap them on beat. Now, keep in mind, this is a feel thing. So it doesn't have to be that, oh, I'm going to take this out always on this point or always at 4 bars, I'm going to take this out. Like, you should feel this out. Every song is also different, and every section of the song is a bit different. So if you're taking out the low end and there's no low end there, that might be a waste of energy. So just keep in mind of the actual track and what you're trying to do relative to the song that you're mixing in together. Now I want to show you the second part of what we were talking about, which is filter. Filter is also affecting the frequencies, but it's more of an effect. It's such a special effect that it has its own knob, and it's right underneath the low. And I'm going to show you what that does. So our filter knob, if I move to the right, it's giving me a high pass filter, which is HPF. It's letting the high frequencies pass through. Back to the center, and I feel the notch. That means that the filter's off. Move to the left, and it's giving me a low pass filter, LPF. This is actually great to be able to talk over because you can still feel the bass, but like my voice can still register above what that is. You'll also notice there's this sort of bending sound that's happening with the frequencies as well. So a filter can be really great for building up tension, but it can also be used in the mix. So I'm going to show you how we can maybe mix these two together in this way. All right, so here we go. Maybe I'll start with the filter low. So I can also use the filter in combination with the EQ as well. Just keep in mind that it's going to be creating this filter over wherever the EQ is at. So if I've already taken the lows out of the EQ and then I'm doing a low pass filter, I'm not going to really feel many lows at all because the EQ is going to happen first and then the filter on top of that. So just be mindful of this. Again, this is also a feel. It's also a way of the art part of DJing, and you'll figure out like where you can use this and how you can use it. Like most effects, we don't want to overuse this. And same with the EQ, we really want to manage the EQ so that it's not too crazy and all over the place. One last thing that I want to point out here is I want to make sure that when I'm back at where everything should be, it looks like this, that it's 12 o'clock. So look like it's an old school clock, right? Where the white line is pointed up to 12 o'clock. I don't want to be here with the EQ. Same with the gain. That would be pushing it too far. In fact, most times I'm really coming out and going back to 12. Coming out, going back to 12. Most times. I'm not really going this way. And I see a lot of DJs doing this when they're playing. They're overloading the EQ a bit. Personally, I feel like you should try to keep things as close to 12 o'clock when the track is playing. Well, there you have it. This is smoothing out the mix by using EQ and filter. I hope you found this helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.